And welcome to our mathematics course. Today we will be looking at brackets and simplifying problems. Let's get started. So first of all, we have some real easy exercises. Simplify as far as possible. So here all we have to do is we have to collect the like terms. So for example, we can underline all y's with one line and all x's with two lines. And we can see that we have 3x in total, and 4y plus 7y gives us 11y in total. Here we have again x's, and then there's 5. Remember, we can't add letters and numbers, and we cannot even add different letters. We can only add x's with x's, y's with y's, and digits with digits, and so on. So 2x plus 3x is going to be 5x, and then we get plus 5. Okay, one more interesting thing is if we have x squared, again it doesn't really stack up with x. So x and x squared are two separate entities. Okay, and for y we can probably make this wavy underline, why not? Okay, so we have 5x, there's nothing else like it. We have minus x squared, and then 2y minus 4y. Remember, this minus belongs to 4y, so it's minus 4y. So 2y minus 4y equals to minus 2y, like this. To write it 100% properly, we have to start with the highest power, and then we have to kind of keep in the alphabetic order. So we start with minus x squared plus 5x, so it's positive 5x, and then minus 2y. This would be like a most proper way to write it, but if you write it like this, it's not a mistake. You will not be deducted any points if you did something like this on the test. Okay, alright, so next one, 4a plus 3a squared minus 2a. Again, we have 4a and we have minus 2a. 3a squared is a completely different thing. Okay, so we have 2a plus 3a squared. Again, if I write it 100% right, first I have to start with 3a squared. Next one, here we have fractions, which look actually kind of scary. But remember, they have the same denominator, so nothing that scary actually. A here and a here, so it's the same entity. 3 over a plus 7 over a gives us 10 over a. And then we have b and minus 2b, so b minus 2b equals to minus b after all. And finally we have this example. So here we have two different entities. We have 5 over x and we have minus 7 over x. So let's do this. Actually, we're gonna get minus 2 over x plus 1 over 2. We can actually simplify this further by finding the common denominator for them. This is a little bit different topic, but let's do it. So we could say that because these two are the fractions, right? So this is a fraction and this another one. So let's say we have a fraction like this. Let's say we have 1/3 plus 1/2. What do? Well, we find the common denominator. What's the common denominator? 2 times 3 is going to be the common denominator. So we have to times this part by 2, and this part we have to times by 3. Right, so we would get 2 over 6 plus 3 over 6, which is equal to 5 over 6. So in order to add the fractions, we have to find common denominator. This rule works in the same way for fractions with letters in them. So for x and 2, the common denominator is x times 2. So we multiply this fraction by 2, which is missing here, and this one's going to be multiplied by x. I probably have to change the sign, so I will be using, because it looks really confusing, so I think I'll be using the dot in the center for multiplication. So times 2 times 2 times x times x, because if I use times, which looks like x, then we get x, and it's very confusing. Anyway, so we have minus 4 over 2x plus x over 2x. Now we can add it together, so we have minus 4 plus x over 2x. And that's it. This is as far as we can go in simplifying it. Okay, next one. Alright, so this is kind of a next level thing in this chapter. So here we have to simplify, but before we simplify we have to remove the brackets. Actually, I think this is too many examples. I'm only gonna do the odd numbers from here, if you guys don't mind. So for most part it's really simple, but again you have to watch out for some things. I will let you know what things you have to look for. So if you have a number like this before the brackets, all we have to do is we have to multiply whatever is inside the brackets by this number outside of the brackets. So 2 times x and 2 times 1. So we're going to get 3x, 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 1 is 2. So we have 3x and 2x. We can add them together. We get 5x plus 2 as our final answer. Here we have 3x times x and 3x times, pay attention here, 3x times minus 4. So there's a minus here. That makes a big difference. Again, it's kind of like a warning sign for you guys. You always have to watch out for minus, especially when it comes to the brackets. So we're going to have 7x plus, so 3x times x is 3x squared. And 3x times minus 4 is minus 12x. Remember, again, minus plus and minus gives you the minus. So yeah, so we have 7x and minus 12x. We can collect them together. So we're going to have 3x squared minus 5x as a final answer. Okay, so next one is interesting. Why is it so interesting? Because here we have minus 2a. So some people, they skip this part, but this minus here, again, is kind of like a warning sign. This minus belongs to 2a, so it's minus 2a. It's not 2a, it's minus 2a, negative 2a. And also keep track of this minus here. So we're gonna have 3ab stays the same, no changes there. But okay, so minus 2a times b becomes minus 2ab. And now the most interesting part, minus 2a times minus 2. Remember, minus and minus gives us what? The plus. So we get plus 4a. And this is where a lot of people make mistakes. So watch out for this. Like really, every time I check these kind of quizzes, there's always mistakes, which is connected to that someone forgot the minus. So be careful about it. What do we have here? We have ab here and another ab. We can simplify them. So remember when we subtract them, so because some people write, for example, I saw this, so 3x minus x equals 3. This is obviously wrong, right? So this is not how it works. So 3x minus x, you shouldn't think that we are subtracting x. I mean, yes, we are subtracting x, but this works kind of like, you know, 3 apples minus 1 apple, right? So it's not equal to 3, you know, it's equal to actually 2x. Not 3, right? So keep that in mind. Anyway, 3ab minus 2ab equals to ab. So 1ab, it's 1ab plus 4a. Again, normally we don't write this one, so normally we just write it as ab. Okay, next one. So here we have 2 brackets, so that becomes kind of more complicated, actually not that much. Okay, so let's do it. Again, I'm drawing these arrows, it's not strictly necessary, just kind of like a visual assistance. So x times x is x squared, x times minus 2 is minus 2x, plus 3x squared minus 9x. And here we have x squared, 2 instances of it, and then 2 instances of x. Again, keep in mind those minuses. It's, yeah, I can't describe how many times I saw the mistakes just because someone forgot about the minus. Okay, so x squared plus 3x squared is 4x squared, and minus 2x minus 9x is minus 11x. Okay, so I think that's it for this kind of exercises. I prepared a couple of past paper questions for you, and maybe another question from the book, which I think looked interesting. Okay, so just give me a second. Oh, okay, finally. Just my iPad was kind of slow. All right, so here is the question. Let me move it somewhere. Oh my god, I probably have like 10 of them there. Oh yeah, I do. That's because I was... Oh my goodness. How many times did I click it? Okay, that's it. All right. So multiply out. So this is a bracket times a bracket. So the way it works is we have to multiply every part of first bracket by every part of the second bracket. So we can start from this. So 3x times x equals to 3x squared. 3x times y would be equal to 3xy. Then again, don't forget about this sign. So minus 2y times x equals to minus 2xy. Remember, we write in expressions, we write letters in alphabetic order. And then finally, minus 2y times y equals minus 2y squared. As you can see, there is some like terms that we have to collect. So it's xy. 3xy minus 2xy equals to xy. And you're going to have 3x squared plus xy plus, minus 2y squared. And this is the final answer. I think this is from OCR past paper. I'm not sure which one. I think probably paper 1 or paper 2. 3x squared plus xy minus 2y squared. Like this. Okay, let's try actually some interesting questions from the book. I think there was a good question which I want to show you guys. Oh yeah, right. The squared number. So let's try this. Let's try some challenging one. Again, I will take the question which has a lot of signs in it. Let's try to figure it out. Okay, I hope I have enough space here. Maybe I don't. That would be very sad. I think I do. I'll figure it out. Okay, so let's do it. All right, so here we have an interesting thing. So a lot of people think that when we do this, when we do some number squared, when there's expression in the brackets and when it's squared, it's equal to something like this. This is a misconception. This is not how it works, so please don't repeat this mistake. The way it works actually is y minus 3 squared is equal to y minus 3 times y minus 3. So basically expression times itself, right? Not this. So again, don't repeat this mistake, please. So y minus 3 squared equals to y minus 3 times y minus 3 again, because any number, anything squared equals to this thing, in this case expression, times itself. So yeah, so we're gonna have y minus 3 times y minus 3 minus y minus y plus 2, sorry, times y plus 2. Okay, so there is a thing which we really have to watch out for, and this thing is minus here. The question is like, when do we use this minus? How do we get to it? I would say the way to do this question is we can just leave the second part. Actually, we can just leave both parts in the brackets. So I will show you what I mean. So we do the multiplication just like normally we do, like we did in the last example. So y times y is y squared. Y times minus 3 is minus 3y. Then we have again Minus 3 times y is minus 3y. Minus 3 times minus 3, again remember, minus and minus gives you the plus. So minus 3 times minus 3 equals to 9. Not minus 9, it's going to be 9, so plus 9. And then all of this we're going to leave in the brackets, like this. Yeah, I'm probably not going to have enough space. Well, I'm going to create another page for this. Okay, so let's keep going. And the second part, so we have y times y. So again, we're just going to do it normally, and we will keep it all in the brackets. And minus is going to be in the front of it. So y squared, then we have y times 2 is 2y, 2 times y is 2y, and then finally 2 times 2 is 4. There's actually a shortcut which you guys can use for this kind of expressions. I will just quickly show it to you. Again, it's not really a part of curriculum, but I think it's good to know. A plus b squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and also a minus b squared equals to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So like this, when we have a expression squared and it's a sum or maybe a subtraction of two numbers, a difference of two numbers, so that's how you actually can quickly figure it out. So for now you can probably just write it down, maybe don't think about it too much, but later we're going to use it. I will show you how we can use this formula a bit later. Alright, let's finish it. So again, I was talking about this minus. Why does it matter so much? What's going to happen? Well, the thing is, this minus, it kind of changes everything to, yeah, not everything, half, it changes to half of this expression, because this minus is, as you see, this minus is before this expression, so this would be the same as having minus 1 times by every part of the brackets. So when we open these second brackets, we have to change every sign of every member of these brackets. So we have to change every term. If it was positive, it becomes negative. If it was negative, it becomes positive. Why? Because we have a minus before the brackets. That's how it works. Okay? So I will show you what I mean. Let's actually simplify it a little bit before we open the brackets. So we're gonna have y squared minus 6y plus 9, and here we're gonna have y squared plus 4y plus 4. And now, okay, so these brackets, we can just open them. Nothing is going to change because there's no minus here, right? So we're gonna have y squared minus 6y plus 9. But here, every part of this expression, every term is going to change the sign. So we had y squared, positive y squared becomes negative y squared. So we have negative y squared here. All right, positive 4y, so plus 4y becomes minus 4y. And plus 4 becomes minus 4. That's the power of minus before the bracket. So minus changes quite a lot. This is why you guys should be very careful when you deal with it. Okay, so we have y squared. So let's underline actually like terms. So here's like terms, another two like terms, and finally we have this. So let's do it. So y squared minus y squared, they'll just cancel each other out. Minus 6y minus 4y equals to minus 10y. And finally, 9 minus 4 equals to 5. So minus 10y plus 5. Okay, yeah. So that was quite a good example, I would say. This is probably as hard as it would get on IGCSE, but just for those of you who are curious, I have one more example which is harder. This one is probably, wait, where was it? Just give it a second, it's loading. Okay, yeah, again, the same thing. Okay, so this one is more like a Olympic level question, but actually I found it in past papers. So here we have a 3 bracket expansion, which I think is quite fun. to deal with. Let's try to figure it out. Oh my god, this video is probably too long. Anyway, I already started. I have to finish it. So, how do we do this kind of question? Look at this, we have 3 brackets, so x plus a times x plus 3 times 2x plus 1 equals bx cubed plus cx squared plus gx minus 12. So here you see we have to find those missing values. So it's b, c, d, and a. Actually, we don't know what is a. Let's try to figure it out. So we're gonna have, let's open it actually. So x plus a times x plus 3 times 2x plus 1. Okay, so the way to do this actually is we have to divide it into a couple of steps. So first of all, we can create another brackets for first 2 brackets, and then we can kind of multiply them together. So let's do this. First of all, we're gonna multiply the first 2 brackets. Okay, this is the first step. So we're gonna do just like before, which is 2x times x. It's x squared. X times 3 is 3x. A times x is ax. And finally, a times 3 is 3a. Let's keep the square brackets. And then, okay, all of this, there's nothing we can, there's no like terms for now. So maybe we're gonna find them later. And then we have 2x plus 1 here. So what we have to do now is, again, we have to multiply every member of first brackets. So this is first brackets by every member of second brackets. This is now the second brackets. So let's do it. So x squared times 2x is going to be 2x cubed. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a long expression. So then we have x squared times 1. We're gonna have x squared. I'm gonna change the colors for this one. So then we have 3x times 2x. This is going to be 6x squared. Then we have 2x times 1. Which is 3x. I'm running out of colors. Ax times 2x. This one is interesting. So ax times 2x, let's think about it for a second. So it's a times x times 2 times x. So that's going to be 2ax squared, like this. Quite interesting, but okay. Okay, so 2ax squared. Is this actually an IGCSE question or is this a level question? Probably it's a little bit too hard for you. Anyway, let's finish it. So if you guys feel like this is too much, this is probably not going to be an IGCSE. So ax times 1 is going to be ax. And then we have finally, okay, I'm out of colors. So whatever, let's just choose something. So 3a times 2x is equal to, what's it going to be, 6ax. And then finally 3a times 1 equals to 3a. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. Let's try to figure it out. So first of all, we have to group everything with x cubed. So there's only one thing with x cubed. It's 2x cubed, nothing else. X squared, actually there's more than one thing. So there's 3x squared. So it's here, here, and then also here. All right. So we can kind of factorize it a little bit, I would say. So we have x squared plus 6x plus 2ax. How can we factorize it? Well, again, we can say that this is 1x squared, then we have 6, and we have 2a. So we're going to have kind of like 1 plus 6 plus 2a x squared, which becomes, so 1 plus 6 is 7, so we can just write it as 2a plus 7 x squared. Then for x, we have x here, here, and here, so that's x to the power 1. So 3x, ax, and 6ax. So that's going to be 3 plus a plus 6a. Notice that a and 6a together can become 7a, so 3 plus 7a x. And then finally plus 3a, like this. Okay, so this is our bx cubed. This is our cx squared. This is our dx, and this is our 12, if you look at this expression. Kind of. So we can see that this is our c, this is our b, this is our d, and this is our a. So let's start with a. So actually we know that 3a equals to minus 12. It means that a is equal to 1 divided by 3, so a equals to minus 4. Let's keep this together. So a equals to minus 4. Now that we know that a is minus 4, we can find all the other stuff, right? So this is how we found a. B is very easy to find. B is just equal to 2, right? So b is equal to 2. C and D are a bit more interesting, but now that we know a, it's going to be not so hard. So C equals to 2a plus 7. We know that a is minus 4. It's going to be 2 times minus 4 plus 7, so equals to minus 1. And finally, D is equal to 3 plus 7a. Again, we know that a is minus 4. That's like a key to finding everything else. So 3 plus 7 times minus 4 equals to minus 25. So here we go, that's the answer. So, oh yeah, the answer, we can write it here. So again, a equals to minus 4, b equals to 2, c equals to minus 1, and d equals to minus 25. Okay, so this is probably a bit too difficult, but again, it's good to know what you guys can see in the future. So in A level, you will definitely see these kinds of questions. So just keep it in mind. Maybe even some kind of Olympics. Anyway, have a good day, everyone. See you on the next lesson.